Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zelick, and I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is
friend of the show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Thomas Savory of the show.
And Evan Aubrey. I don't have
Nice.
anything to crack, so I cracked my bubble tape.
Nice.
Evan. I'm going to make a request that you don't chew gum on mic, but
I will try.
you'll try.
Try to resist the urge.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna say, stick that whole thing in your mouth right now.
I right now.
This is like the angel and the devil in like podcast terms. Like maybe like for this episode, Jeremy, you can pan you to the right and Ian to the left, and it really feels like we're leading Evan to two dangerous things. Oh, he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it. Oh my god, he's putting it all in his mouth. Oh my god.
Oh, he's regretting it. He's regretting it.
One bite. One bite.
Toby Bunny.
Wow, this is an excellent auditory experience. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, it's coming back out. Oh no. I actually don't really know what to make of this. He's like kind of leaning off to the side.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to watch.
But kind of in a relaxing way, honestly. Like
It's so dry.
Man.
Oh,
he's gone. He
he's
disappeared.
that. He went off camera for that one.
All right.
good.
It's ogre.
It's great too because there's like Evan's background right now is like these rolling fields that kind of look like the like a Dell like desktop.
The Microsoft XP background.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess we're kind of in LaCroix Boys, which we're talking about what we're snapping and drinking. Obviously, Evan is he's gonna choke on this giant thing of gum.
He's doing good. It like it
heroic
in his mouth.
Gum goat, if you will.
I mean, if you think about it, it's sort of like a miracle of science because that's like 3 feet of gum in his mouth. Like
It's like the Nancy Reagan of.
I mean, this just what if we he's a real glizz champ with that gum. If we're being honest
I would
with
say so.
ourselves.
Yeah, I think Evan might be the glizz champ. That was kind of a open-ended question that we had last week. I think this proves it.
I think I've done it.
Wait, did you swallow it?
No.
Oh my god.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay, bye, Evan.
Damn. I love that Ian just like peer pressured him into actually wasting that full bubble tape. Like he's gonna go spit that out right now. There's no way he's gonna like re-chew it again.
Let the record show that I just said it once. I said you should.
I think it just has more of like the. It's more of the setting than it is like how you did it, right? It's like because we're on this show, like your influence is so like more like amped up, like exponential to what it is in usual regular life.
Well, I mean, Evan ate that and he was like, "Yes, chef, got to stick this whole gum in my mouth."
That didn't just give me like 10 cavities. I don't know what would.
Does bubble tape have sugar in it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sugar. Yeah.
Is that the like name brand?
Yes, absolutely. Now it's gone.
Wow.
But you have the memories.
You'll always have this episode.
Yeah, you'll always have the like past 3 minutes of you trying really hard.
Yeah,
not to
if
choke
my
on a giant
audio is
thing of
just
gum.
if my audio is just unbelievably juicy, feel free to like mute it for that whole segment.
Crank it. Put some reverb on it. Get it really wet.
Yeah, it sounds like someone's walking down like a dank hallway. It's like splash,
Yeah.
splash. All right, but Ian, I see you're drinking a LaCroix. How's that going for you?
It's pretty good. It's a limoncello. Yeah, man.
Nice.
Excellent.
Classic.
Ben, what do you got? What have you got today?
I was just checking. I have an AleSmith Hop Cypher IPA.
Ooh, nice.
Do you drink it? Are you able to like hack into the mainframe afterwards?
Yeah, what are you decrypting over there?
The Cypher is the greatest beer recipe ever. AleSmith, pay me.
Yes. I'm drinking your classic Sandia black cherry hard cider, which is as always very delicious.
Nice.
I'm gonna give a little shout out on this week's episode within an episode to Boxing Bear Brewery in Albuquerque. They had like a grapefruit alcoholic seltzer.
Ooh.
And it's the first alcoholic seltzer I've had where I was like, yeah, I want to drink this.
Nice.
You'd have more.
I had two, in fact.
Oh,
It wasn't
go.
just like essence of grapefruit. Was it like, ooh, grapefruit juice?
No, it was just the right balance.
Okay.
So I think the critics of LaCroix would be pleased because there's more like a fair amount of flavor, but also like the purists out there are also not going to be offended by how like scandalous the flavor is. It's just fucking right.
So you drink like a White Claw and you're like, I'm fucking scandalized by this drink.
I mean, it kind of seems like it. Ian's kind of a hard seltzer snob, if I might say so.
He is.
Listen, like, I'll drink some I almost said out claws.
Get out the claws.
I'll drink one if it's handed to me, but like, it's fine.
Okay.
Heart emoji.
Just get a big poster of Ian like with his arms crossed, like glowering at a White Claw, and it says "It's fine" in quotation marks beneath it. And
Yeah.
buddy, I think you've got a marketing campaign, hook, line, and sinker.
There you go.
I say.
Man, I don't think I'll be able to taste anything except bubblegum ever again. That was like
no.
seared its taste into my mouth.
So like,
Yeah.
you said it was dry, but then I imagine it did get wet.
Mhm.
Well, eventually, but like at first you're like, oh man, it's like the cinnamon challenge over here, and I like all of the liquid in my mouth is just like absorbed by whatever like coating they put on the gum.
Oh,
and then,
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
'Cause it kind of has like baby powder on it or something. to keep it
Basically,
dry.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually baby powder, but maybe like sugar or something.
That's how they
Yeah.
keep that gum as smooth as a baby's bum.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
that is the slogan.
Smoother than a baby's bum. So my question is, did you have that for a long time, or is it just like you got it recently? Wanted
The
to
bubble
do a
tape?
bit? Yeah.
Oh no, I just I did it for the bit. It's
Okay.
been sitting on my desk. Tori brought it back from a work trip because she knows how much I enjoy. I don't know, nostalgic
Novelty.
gums.
She works in construction, right? Got that on
Yeah.
the job.
Yeah, yeah. What is
Imagine this
construction if
work,
not like
was this
four
work
people
trip to
standing
like
around
the gum
watching monkeys?
factory? Where did they go?
Dallas.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Dallas, the gum capital of these United States.
Texan sign off is Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape a true Texan staple?
Yeah,
Yeah,
does
they
like
go
the
yeehaw
Bucky
and then shove the
Beaver,
entire thing in their mouth.
Yeah, does the Bucky Beaver eat bubble tape?
Probably.
Evan, I'm just curious, are you like saving it for later, or do you feel like it's like a cigarette where like once you're done with it,
Oh no, that's in
it's
the
not the same?
trash.
Okay.
You're not like What's Her Nuts from Willy Wonka, where you like put it behind your ear when you're done chewing
That'd
it?
be like the size of my ear if I did that.
You could have like rolled it back out and then rolled it up and put it back in the container.
Back in the container. That's what
Turn
it's
it back
for.
into-
Save
'Cause
it
you,
for
what you do is
later.
like chew it for a bit, and you're like, okay, and then you get like a rolling pin, and you like make it flat again, and then you roll it back.
Ugh.
Ooh,
Man.
and then you cut it up into little tinier pieces and wrap those in paper, and then you sell them on the street for
Yeah,
a
You-
like you want to know what it's like to chew 5 gum?
Yes,
Ooh, that's
it's been in
It's
my
like
mouth.
chewing already chewed gum.
ABC gum.
Yes.
Already been chewed.
True.
Where are we at on gum cigarettes, like candy cigarettes?
Where are we at?
What is this, the
Can't-
50s?
Well, I haven't seen candy cigarettes around much, but I'm not hanging out with children. On the gum front, I have not had gum, I think, in years.
Whoa.
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
Years. Jeremy, we got to change this.
Do we? I don't know. Someone pointed out that people, someone online was like, why don't people chew gum anymore? And someone speculated it's because people keep drinking water all day. Those posts online were like stay fucking hydrated. And Ben takes their water bottle everywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe I think they exemplify this where it's they got the water bottle and they're like, oh, I don't need to chew gum. I got to drink some water. And then they just like take a sip of water. You know what I'm saying?
I think it has more to do again with your environment. You know what I mean? I feel like if I was in a situation, a social situation where gum was a currency of some sort, or like a bonding experience where you're like, oh hey, you wanted some gum. And
That's the thing is,
we're
like,
gonna
I think
chew gum outside together.
I think there's still the same, if not more, people in middle school. Like, I can't imagine the gum, trade is hurting all that much.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, I haven't seen as much promotion of gum, so I feel like it probably has to be hurting a little bit if they're not like, as hot on the streets with the PR and whatnot.
Mr. Five Gum accidentally realized they shouldn't have spent so much money putting people on like weird subwoofers with balls around them.
Right.
Jeremy, I'm gonna have to debunk your statement because middle schoolers eat a lot of gum, and for some reason they also ask to get drinks of water all the time.
They do it so they can go get more gum.
Yeah. Just got to replace water in the water fountain with gum.
I also like Ben's analogy of like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go take my gum break. And like you step out of the kitchen,
Take
and both
five.
you and your buddy
Five
are
gum.
like,
Right. Yeah.
Just spitting gum into each other's mouth.
yeah, you're like blowing bubbles and like
Yes.
pushing your bubbles together.
Yeah.
Ooh. A little
call
bonding
those-
activity.
Get
Yeah, we call
suspended
those
for that.
bouncers.
Anyway.
This is a podcast called I Choose You. It's about cooking and eating Pokemon. Each week, we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and consume, and then we present a recipe to determine who has the best Pokemon to eat. Or I guess the best recipe to eat. The best Pokemon to eat is
I will say-
obviously...
I Choose You, also a good name for a gum podcast.
Oh shit. Damn.
Fuck.
Maybe this has been a gum podcast the whole time. And it's taken us 174 episodes to get here.
Wow. All right. Rebrand.
4 simple years of our life to realizing that gum was the way all along. But recipes, I meant to say recipes. We vote on it, and then we have a good time, and we laugh, we cry. There's romance, action, adventure, all that business on I Choose You. And this week we're cooking up the final Pokemon from the Kalos region. That's right, Volcanion is this week's Pokemon. Who won last week? Was it Ben? I think it was.
Not
right?
me.
I think I did win last week.
Okay, Ben. So Ben, why don't you start out giving us those recipes?
Sure. So Volcanion, I don't know. I'm very unfamiliar with this Pokemon. The only thing I know about it is that it's both fire and water type.
It's the only Pokemon that has that typing.
And so it looks like it was only in X and Y and Alpha and the Sapphire Ruby like remakes.
Yeah.
So I never got to the point where this was like on my team. I never caught it.
Yeah, I played those games, but I never had this Pokemon either.
Yeah. Unfamiliar mainly with Volcanion. It's got a weird face too. It's got like kind of a human face, which I don't like. Like
Fair
Kind of like a sphinx.
yeah, it does. It is a little bit like that. Like you could take this head of Volcanion and put it on like a bipedal Pokemon, and you were like, oh yeah, that's a very humanoid looking creature that we've created here.
People were like, I must fuck.
Yeah, sure.
If you put it on a bipedal Pokemon.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. People would definitely for sure. So all that to say is that I'm kind of out of my element on this guy. But one thing drew my attention, which was the ring. And the other thing that drew to my attention was the name. And I think I'm just gonna say it and then I'll explain what it is. I'm gonna make for you some Volcan onion rings today.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, I don't think you have to explain. Like I got it. I see what you're going for.
Next.
Yeah.
It's over.
We get it.
But I did want to sort of play with the color scheme of Volcanion too. So these aren't your average onion rings. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of imagining that like the ring of Volcanion is like an onion, but that isn't round. You know what I mean? Like it's like an onion that
Uh-huh.
is cylindrical.
So
So
not
it's
right?
kind of
like an
like
ogre.
a leek.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Oh.
a leek. Yes, exactly. And it just goes all the way around in a in the ring around the ring of leeks around
Uh-huh.
this guy.
Okay.
And so that's what we're gonna chop off the ring, slice the giant onion into onion-like slices, like the rings that you are gonna make your onion rings from. And then we're gonna to kind of add in the red color. We're gonna make our our onion ring like flour mixture. That's gonna be the outside. Like so, we're gonna like dunk it in some milk first, and then dunk it in like a flour mixture for like the frying.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy, you're doing something with your hand there. What is
I'm
that?
raising my hand because I have a question for Ben.
All
Ben,
right.
you said you want to make it red. Could we use a red onion?
Well,
I mean,
you
this
could. So
Yeah.
yes, you could, but I feel like the onion ring experience is a little tame, flavor wise. It's more of a sweet onion, right?
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter what color the onion is on the inside because once you fry it, it is golden brown,
Yeah.
right?
And
So
you're right. That is too tame. I want my onion rings to listen to new metal and like kick me in the balls when I eat them.
no.
You get
So-
Taki dust
Absolutely
instead.
not, says Ben.
So I instead of doing that, which I also think is an interesting idea, but I am going to go with it being kind of a sweeter onion for the sake of this recipe. And in the like dry flour, mixture that's going to go after you kind of soak the onion rings in a milk to kind of collect the like batter on the outside. You're going to mix into the flour dry ingredients some red chili powder as well as some cumin and paprika.
Nice.
So that kind of gives it a red color appearance. And then to add in the little like blue specks, I found a ingredient that is used in like natural food coloring for blue things, and it's butterfly pea tea flowers, which are these.
You
just,
almost
like,
sounded like you said butterfree. So
I know they're also called Asian pigeon wings, which I think is fun.
Whoa.
But they're just these small little like violet blue flowers that you dry up and put in teas, and people make blue things out of them.
Nice.
Does it make the tea blue also?
Yeah, it's very vividly
Whoa.
blue.
That's cool.
And the reason why I found it was shout out Binging with Babish did like a blue noodles from Star Wars
Nice.
recipe, and that's what he used to make the noodles blue.
Ben, I have a quick idea.
Okay.
So you know how like sometimes when people make fried objects, they put in cereal to give it a little bit of that extra crunch. So my question is, why don't we're almost to Christmas, right? This is Thanksgiving week, but we're almost to Christmas. And everyone knows next month the biggest movie of the year is coming out, Avatar: The Way of Water. And of course there's been a lot of promotional tie-ins with Avatar: The Way of Water. Most importantly, the Avatar Frosted Flakes, as seen in the image that I sent you.
Yes.
Oh,
Tony the Tiger
interesting.
Way of Water.
Tony the Tiger can show me the way of water any day. You know what I mean?
Wait, it's blueberry flavored.
Yeah. So what if we took the
Got blue
Avatar
moons.
Frosted Flakes and like crushed up a few of those and put them in your fry mix?
Oh
You
man.
have to pick them out of the cereal to
Yeah.
separate them.
Sorry, can we like talk about like if Tony the Tiger was in that movie?
It would like look, some people find the Na'vi from Avatar attractive, but they don't really do it for me personally. But put Tony the Tiger in there, hotness level goes up by at least 60%.
Like there's
Big
like
Titty Tony.
Yes.
The guy in the mechanical suits walking through the woods, and then out from the bushes busts Tony the Tiger with a fucking bow and arrow. Just
Yeah.
like
He's got like, instead of the like bandana around his neck, it's like Rambo style on his
Yeah.
head.
Yes.
Bandoliers.
I mean,
I bet he would be great at flying whatever the fucking dragons are called that they ride on.
He attaches his tail with the dragon tail.
Yes.
Right.
Stuck into it.
I don't want to speak too soon about The Way of Water, but I feel like the first movie really focused on heterosexual relationships, but Tony the Tiger is going to bring, man, he's going to take us all to fucking Pound Town. You know what I mean?
He's
Okay.
polyamorous, pansexual.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole universe out there, so why not, doink it all?
That's the premise. He's like leaving home, and his wife is like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "There's a whole universe out there. I have to fuck it."
Wait, okay, no, I'm actually, so I've seen the trailer for Way of Water. I can pretty confidently say that Tony the Tiger is not a major plot point, but I am kind of thinking so far, exactly. I'm kind of thinking that it's going to be more like a post-credit scene where they it's like after the credits roll, they're like, okay, all right, Avatar 3, let's go, and they like are walking through this like decrepit like ruin or something, and they're like, this is the ancient sage, like we need to
consult him.
Instead of shawarma, they're just all eating Frosted Flakes.
Yes.
Oh, and then he just is like, he's like has a robe, and he's like has his face shrouded, and then he like lifts up his hood, and he's like, they're great, and then
and it's a big Jim reunion because he got Arnold Schwarzenegger to play Tony the Tiger in the post credits sequence.
So you're saying it's more of like a teaser for Avatar 3 and not like, I was picturing like bloopers a la like Toy Story.
Yeah. Well, Ian, we talked about that. Obviously, Tony the Tiger in the Avatar movies is trying to doink everybody. And I'm sure you're aware that, of course, Avatar 2 is called Avatar: The Way of Water. I'm sure you're aware that Avatar 3 is called Avatar: The Seed Bearer, which I think in this circumstance really maps on to Tony the Tiger's character arc in these films.
They're like, our whole species is dying. We need a seed bearer.
This one tiger will save us.
It's funny because like the movie's called The Seed Bearer, but all of them are bearing his seed.
Oh man, James Cameron would never.
Because James Cameron is James Cameron.
Well, I mean, James Cameron, like some fucking Disney executive, is like, James Cameron, we can't have Tony the Tiger fuck everybody in this movie. And he's like, I made Titanic. That's $3 billion in the big Jimmy says Tony the Tiger fucks, he fucks.
They have to come up with new like physics simulation engines to get Tony the Tiger just right.
Big James Cameron's like, we need to teach Tony the Tiger to hold his breath for 8 minutes so he can have a caressing love scene underwater.
Jesus Christ.
All of the Avatar people are really like their bits are all tastefully covered up, but Tony just like walks out and his cock and balls are just like
swinging.
Yeah.
That's why it took 13 years to make this movie.
Just to render it.
Lovingly render it.
Yes.
Get us out of here.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect any of that.
Onion rings.
Yeah, just think about it. Onion rings. So that's my recipe.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I do have something tangentially related.
Okay.
For my recipe. Instead of onion rings, I immediately looked at Volcanion and wanted to take a trip straight down to Benihana because we're making a Volcanion onion volcano.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah. And it's just as easy as it sounds, except and to Ben's point of like we got to make it, coated in something a little bit red, a little bit like, give it more of the feel of the Pokemon, right? I'm thinking like just crusted in like a hot Cheeto kind of batter or something before you become your volcano here.
That's so delicious. Wow.
So you got your Mr. Mime chef at the Benihana is just like flipping onions and doing everything, and you got oil in the volcano. You light it on fire. Everyone, all the 5-year-olds are pleased. But
Well, I mean,
okay,
I'm
so
also pleased if
Well,
when
and
they make
yes.
the onion volcano.
yeah, if you don't go ooh at a Benihana every time the volcano erupts, you're dead inside.
You don't have a pulse.
If
Yeah.
you don't go ooh, they're legally obligated to take you out back and cut off one of your fingers.
Oh, I was gonna say just give you a free onion volcano, but
The onion
but the reason I
volcanoes will
was
continue until morale improves.
the reason I was just like losing my shit before this episode was because I was doing a little bit of research. Just like, is there an onion volcano like recipe out there? Obviously, it's like the simplest thing in the world, and you like watch them make it, so it's not that complex. But I
Simplest
did
thing in
find.
the world. Wow.
I mean,
I couldn't.
I couldn't do it with such grace, but I could like fumblingly stack the onions on top. And
I
then
could
light
get
it on fire.
a pan and just put some onions on it and
Yeah.
then pour oil on it and then like set my kitchen on fire.
Exactly. But one of the things that I stumbled on top of this article from 2006 where it said the headline of this article is "Jury Rejects Claim That Tossed Shrimp Caused the Death of a Diner."
Oh,
And it's yeah, basically there was this lawsuit that someone sued Benihana because a jury yesterday rejected a widow's claim that her husband's death was caused by a piece of hot shrimp playfully tossed at him by a Japanese steakhouse chef. It goes on to say claimed he had sustained a neck injury while dining with his family at the Benihana Steakhouse in nearby Muncie Park. Injury required corrective surgery. A post-operative complication necessitated another procedure, and 6 months later, he died of a bloodborne infection. So I want to know what he was doing. That just like he was just looking at the shrimp so intensely, he just like snapped his neck and landed him in the hospital.
Are you telling me a shrimp killed this man?
Well, actually, the judge said no.
Yeah,
The shrimp did not kill this man.
Legally, no. Yeah. So Benihana's safe to just fly another shrimp another day. But
yeah.
I do like to think that was the defense attorney's like closing argument, though. Is like,
Are you really to
Your
believe
Honor.
that a shrimp killed this man?
fucking Columbo?
I liked in that movie where there's like the chef, Mr. Mime, and then his hat falls off and there's a zigzagoon under it.
Yes.
Zigzagooey.
Zigzagoony.
oh man.
And this one's not voiced by Randy Newman. It's voiced by his cousin Thomas Newman, who's an actual composer in real life.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the defense attorney says the jury did the right thing. The plaintiff said, "I thought we had a good case, but the jury disagrees." Man.
Well, and I guess that's why they can't throw the shrimp in your mouth anymore, right? Is like they don't want any lawsuits.
Did they used to throw it directly in your mouth?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We actually talked about this recently.
We
A
did.
different group of when Jeremy was in San Diego.
Yes, we did talk about them throwing shrimp in your mouth quite a bit.
And they can't do it anymore.
Nope.
Talk about him really throwing the shrimp. Instead of,
Can I just sign a waiver? I want that experience.
I'll,
Yeah.
Evan, the next time we're together, I'll throw shrimp into your mouth.
Okay, thanks.
I did want to just mention on the topic of Benihana and onion volcanoes that there was a separate Benihana conversation that I had yesterday where someone was talking about how when they went, they didn't do the onion volcano trick, but they did have a person who was older and made it a little playfully sexual, and they were like spanking the onions.
I did see another article that like someone got hit with another lawsuit because they had this like oil thing that basically looked like it was a person like peeing. It was the bottle that looked like someone like peeing with their pants down.
It's like those cherub fountains.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Benihana's doing a lot of suggestive tricks.
Yeah, watch
these
out for
days.
those Benihana chefs. They might get one, try to get one over on you.
Yeah, they're like they're sneaky trickster gods like a Loki. All right.
So that's my recipe.
Ian, what's your recipe this week?
Sorry, I was looking up Benihana spanking onion, and it took me to TikTok.
Not quite like the bloomin' onion.
No.
It's already. Oh, it's in full bloom.
Oh God.
I'll have you know, the first thing I thought of was also the volcano onion because it's just right fucking there. But
it's right there.
but I knew someone was going to do it, so I did come prepared. Bringing to you, all right. You look at
you were
Volcanion.
Mr. Tumnus.
Thomas Savory, the inventor of the inventor of the commercially successful steam engine, which they sometimes call a savory engine. I just thought that was
Oh, really?
funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like, oh, the open up, the choo-choo train's coming. The savory train is here.
Yeah, savory.
I want the dessert engine.
So switching gears though, also like inspired by this guy's ring on his back. I'm bringing to you a little fun take on the donut, steamed donut.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly what it fucking sounds like.
So do you order a donut and they're like, here it is steamed, and it's like really moist?
Well, you see, here's the fun part about this show, Jeremy. We make the food.
God,
okay.
damn it.
Okay. I'm role playing as Jeremy Zelik, average customer, and I'm walking into your fine pastry shop. Good day, sir. May I purchase one donut?
Yeah, sure. What flavor would you like?
Oh, I'd like a good chocolate.
Oh, sure. Crinkle. Here you are. That'll be $4.50.
Why? This donut is so wet. Why is that?
God damn it.
And that's if you ever wondered what me and Jeremy role playing was like, that's
and scene.
That's an average
Amazing.
D&D game.
Why is this donut wet?
Well, all right. So let me explain like how it's made, and I'll go into like the mouthfeel. Okay.
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 Eggs, sugar, vanilla extract, dark chocolate, butter, flour, milk powder, baking powder, cacao powder. And you beat the eggs, the sugar. You wet your wets, you dry your dries, and then you dry the wets and you wet the dries until you have your batter. And you like pipe them out into like the donut shape, like you have like little molds basically, and then you stick them in like a steamer, and you just steam them.
Interesting.
So is it kind of like a Chinese like bun, like the barbecue pork bun sort of deal, but donut?
I think so.
Ooh.
And when they come out, they're going to be, well, I found this website a little unique. We always find fun websites here. This is a website for a food manufacturing system. Like you can buy an industrial steamed donut maker.
Okay.
Ooh. This is like something they would have in China. Yeah, they're just like.
If you're making standard donuts, 20,000 an hour.
Pumping them out.
Yeah.
Steamed.
If you're making mini donuts, 55,000 fucking donuts every hour.
All right, we're gonna do another role play. I'm average customer Jeremy Zelik going into your patisserie. Why, hello there, sir. May I purchase 30,000 donuts?
What? I can't hear you over this machine. It doesn't help. It can't stop it.
It's making 50,000 mini donuts every hour.
It's like Little Shop of Horrors, but donuts.
It's not a conveyor belt. It's more like a Gatling gun where it just like rolls them out.
Exactly.
Our store is more donut than man now.
So let me tell you, because they give you steamed donuts versus fried donuts. Like they're making their case for why you need this machine.
Okay, now this is a new court case. Bang, bang, bang.
They spell it correctly elsewhere, but here they spell steamed without the second E.
Steamed.
Steam.
This is
it STEAM apostrophe D?
No, they just slammed it all together. Let me break this down for you. Number 1, higher indulgence, better taste, an amazing moist bite. Can add inclusions or fillings. Can use vivid colors, and I will say these colors are pretty fucking vivid.
So fucking HD donuts over here, if you know what I'm saying.
Kind of. I'll drop this in the chat, but you can picture like the donuts I'm going for are gonna have a clear glaze because the dough's gonna be like red velvet, and then you maybe put like blue sprinkles on them, so it looks looks like the ring, of course.
Yes.
Look at these fuckers.
All right.
Holy shit, that looks
Wow, that
good.
is-
Tell me that isn't
Pretty
4K
vivid.
crisp.
I would eat that. That is pretty
Yeah.
crisp.
Yeah. And I get
Um,
50,000 of them an hour.
Would you like a baker's dozen or 50,000?
Still under the heading of higher indulgence, they have a subheading called business benefits. Innovate with
Wait a
inclusions,
minute.
fillings, and colors of dough. Premium price justified.
Increased productivity, lower cost.
Exactly. Synergistic management solutions. Number 2, longer shelf life. Ambient, 30 to 90 days. Frozen, 9 to 12 months.
90 days?
Yeah.
I like my
90
donuts
days.
ambient.
You're saying
Hello,
the
dear
steamed
sir. I'm an
donut.
average customer of your patisserie. May I have one 89-day-old donut?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like the day olds, and then we have the 90-day olds.
Nice.
Still as moist as when they were born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This donut will be as like good enough to. I was gonna make a 90-day fiance joke. It fell apart.
Mm.
Fuck.
It's
Um,
okay.
And then it goes on to say, softer for longer, ultra fresh donut
Whoa.
taste. And the business benefits of the longer shelf life is cost reduction in logistics and expansion of sales territory. They make a good fucking point. We go
Expansion of
international.
sales territory. People who are interested in old donuts.
They won't know the difference.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They
And
can't
then-
fucking possibly tell.
Consider this, number 3. Less fat and healthier. I think that's legit. Like, you're not frying it in
Hmm.
grease and stuff. Not heavy to the stomach. Extra delicious. Melts in your mouth.
Those seem a little bit
Yeah,
more.
these
Yeah,
donuts
my
are
last two
extra
very
delicious.
subjective.
I upped my taste like quota by tenfold with these
Yes.
steamed donuts.
See, Ben, I'm glad you brought up the business benefits
All
because
right.
cost reduction in oil. Fair. Consumer can eat larger quantities and relates to healthy food trends.
It's
Does
not
it?
a healthy food trend, but it does relate to one.
Tangentially.
Everyone's
Yeah.
talking about steamed vegetables. Steamed donuts are almost as good.
It's
Now-
technically almost a vegetable.
Yeah. These fucking, oh man, I'm down here. They have coated steamed donut flavor samples. And they have like a lemon cheesecake.
Can you order a sample?
So wait, you can order donuts from the donut maker manufacturer?
No, I think they just like,
To like
Made
sell you on the
donuts.
device.
yeah. They have some really good pictures, probably from someone who actually bought this. I haven't figured out how much it costs. They just have like a get in touch thing at the bottom.
Oh,
Can,
maybe
can
it's
we
like-
get in touch? Let's send them an email from
Yeah,
I
how
Choose
much
You.
does
invite
this
only.
cost?
All right, here, I'll send it right now.
Okay.
If I want to make 50,000 miniature donuts in 1 hour, what is that going to set me back?
I just imagine Ian like an Avon sales lady, like with this donut machine, like maybe towed behind his car or
It's in
something.
a radio flyer.
Yeah, exactly. In a wagon.
Are
Yes.
you so before you send an email to this website, are you certain that this is not gonna like, they're not gonna like sell, I don't know what they would do that would be harmful to you.
Well,
Maybe like
let's-
break your knees or something, but like
No, it'd be
what-
harmful to us.
I'm glad you. I appreciate your consideration. I am using Jeremy's name, and I use our like group email.
Nice.
Jeremy, can
Okay.
you drop your phone number in the chat?
Give him like a Google Voice number or something.
Oh, I should. I'm just gonna put. All right. 666 420 6969. Hi,
Jeez.
hi there. It is me, Jeremy Zelick.
I would like one
choose you,
donut.
LL.
Host of I Choose You, the Alton Brown of the group.
Please send me 1 donut machine or 50,000 donuts, or you will not see your child again.
All right. Hi there. I wish to inquire about the cost of one of these units.
Yeah, I think
Give
you
me-
should sweeten the deal. Maybe call it a quote amazing product.
Yes.
This amazing
Cost
product.
of your amazing product. The business benefits for steamed donuts is truly remarkable. and I would love to learn more. Thank you, Jay-Z.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess tune in next week, listener, when we will find out if this company ever responds.
What's our email is ichooseyou@gmail.com, right?
I choose pod@gmail.com. It's
Fuck.
just every goddamn week.
Nice. You sent it to
no.
a different email.
Don't ever catch us.
And the wrong phone number.
No one can trace this.
Good one job, Ian.
Oh, I was like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself by asking for our email. But why didn't we do I choose you? That's maybe that's why
Because
we
everything else was I choose pod.
What if everyone's sending mail to ichooseyou@gmail.com?
Well, then they're not listening to the goddamn show. They're not listening to the same show I'm listening to.
I say it every goddamn week on this or God's green earth. It's ichoosepod@gmail.com.
And clearly, for some people like Ian, it goes in one ear and out the other.
He doesn't actually listen to what we say.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
that's my recipe. Steamed red velvet donut. Looks like the Volcanion and tastes good.
Nice.
All right. Well, hopefully they'll get back to us as soon as possible about about a donut machine. My recipe this week. Now, I was looking at this Pokemon and I was talking to myself. You know what? Steamed recipes. Now, Ian, your recipe is very funny. I might vote for it. But I'm going to level with you guys. Steaming foods is probably on a lower end of like ways I like preparing foods. Now, obviously, like steamed dumplings can be very good, but I don't like steamed vegetables that much. They're very mushy. Kind of. Ian's disagreeing with me.
You do it wrong, Jeremy.
I'm not doing it because I don't like that much. When I go to like this old British man who's like steamed veg, and I'm like, oh sure.
How
and
else
then
are you
it's
supposed to do it? Like it's you just like set the timer right on your steamer and that's it.
Oh well, I do mine on the stove. I don't listen as a Roy B certified chef. I had a whole unit on steaming, and they talk about exactly that, and they're basically like,
okay,
yeah, do it right.
Just don't fucking mess it up.
Listen, wait until like. If you're steaming like broccoli, just wait for it to start changing color. Like everyone over steams it. I steam my broccoli for 4 minutes, and Mamma mia!
Wait, so okay, yes, Jeremy, we will get to your little diatribe about steam stuff, but how do you do steamed vegetables on the stove?
Oh, I have a steamer pot. So
yeah,
like
that's how I do it.
Yeah, basically just like a metal pot with a steamer insert and a glass top.
Well, I also have a steamer machine, like a countertop like steamer thing that you just put water in the bottom, and then it has like plastic collapsible sections.
Oh,
and then you just crank it to like 20 minutes or something.
At first, when you said steamer machine, I thought it was like, the clothing like steamer.
Yes.
Just
when I was growing up, we had a little
carrot.
thing called Stanley Steamer.
Yeah.
Would you believe it? It made our house cleaner.
I love steamer machine, fantastic. I just don't have the space for it, so I use on the pot. Or those baskets. Those baskets are fun too. Jeremy, take it away.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, I was actually I idly looked up steamed recipes because obviously Volcanion is the steam Pokemon because it's water and fire type put together. Very clever. And I was scrolling. I was like, God, what is a good steamed food item that I actually enjoy? And I found it. And it's a classic of where we all grew up. It is this week I'm presenting to you some delicious, made for the holidays, Volcanion tamales. That's right.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, this is gonna work because Volcanion, he's the right color for some red chile that is going on your tamales. He's got that good hue of a red chili sauce. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna make our recipe's based on pork tamales, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna deconstruct our Volcanion a bit because we're gonna both use it as the instrument for cooking and get some of that delicious meat out of it in of itself. So we're gonna take his tubes off his back and we're gonna use those as our steaming pots because obviously that's what they're built for. And then obviously, and then we're gonna crack our boy open. He's got a hard shell, but hit it a bunch and you get
like
out
a lobster.
Yes, and you get that a nice nougaty center that is in all Pokemon when
All
you
lobsters.
crack through them, and that's going to be our protein for this recipe. And so we're gonna make I said we were gonna make pork tamales, right? So we're gonna make the filling with nice red chili sauce, pork, make it nice and so it pulls apart, and then you're gonna make your masa, which is the corn dough that your tamale goes in. And now I know the big thing about tamales is they're very delicious. It's great to eat them, but it's a very laborious process to make them. So find your local abuelita so she can come over and make some help you make some tamales, because they're always down for that business. Or if you have a local Mexican restaurant, I'm sure that they have tamales for the holidays, which I think would also be useful. We'll rope them in. Yes, Ian.
Sorry, I misheard you. Did you mean to say tamalidays?
Yep. I want that as a sticker.
Forget happy Honda days. It's all about happy tamale days. Yes, but you're gonna make your masa. You're gonna get your corn husks. You're gonna roll them out. Make sure they're nice and clean. You're gonna get your pork filling. You're gonna put in your masa, wrap it up, put in your corn husk. Stick those in the Volcanion tubes. Get them nice and steamed up for a little while. Pull them out, let them cool a little bit, and then bada bing, bada boom, you have a classic Southwest holiday meal with delicious pork tamales. Get a nice red chili sauce, pour that on top, drizzle it over, and tamales, one of the best foods to put in a freezer. You just put them in a freezer, they last forever. Great. Here's what you do. It's fucking some random day in January. You wake up, snow day. Oh my God, I have the day to myself. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to the fucking freezer. I'm gonna whip out my tamales, and I'm gonna go to the fucking fridge, and I'm gonna take out an egg, and I'm gonna fry it. Flip that fried egg onto my tamale, and put in some more red chili sauce. Bada bing, bada boom. Great breakfast. So,
Sign me up.
Ian. I have one true thing and then one bit.
Okay.
Which one do you want first?
It's hard to know the difference sometimes.
Present to me your bit.
Yeah.
Okay. You want my bits? Okay. Are you trying to tell me that a Volcanion porked this tamale?
Damn it.
Yes.
2 sounds delicious. I've developed a very good relationship with the lunch ladies at my school, and one of them is an abuelita who brings me homemade tamales every year.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, and tamales, famously Ian's favorite food.
It's true. Can confirm.
I mean, they're really good. It's undeniable. You're not gonna.
You can't turn it down.
Yeah.
First time I ever had a tamale, little vulnerable moment for me sharing this. Did try to just bite right through the husk.
Nice.
Had no idea.
All right.
They're this tastes great.
I thought I was gonna rip my teeth out of my mouth. I could not do that fucker.
It's like when I saw someone. What fruit was it? I think it was like a peach or something. They just bit through the fuzz. I think I was talking to you about this, Ian. Where someone just ate the peach fuzz.
You can do that.
Yes, I know.
No one says you can't.
But the tamale corn husk is non-negotiable. I would say.
Right.
That's a big no-no. Don't do that because
I'm gonna say, hate to say it, correct me if I'm wrong. Tamale, not a strong candidate for the shower food.
No.
That would dissolve as soon as it touches water. I feel like.
I'm so fucking down to bring anything with a husk or a shell, some sort of outer material you can take apart with your mouth.
Yeah.
You can't slop this one up.
So here's an idea though: is shower is natural byproduct of the shower is steam, correct? Maybe you can use your shower steam to cook your tamales.
Yeah, that's
and then by the time you're out of the shower,
take a nice 30-minute long shower.
Yeah, pack yourself a shower beer cooler and just hang out in there for a while your tamales get cooked. Then by the time you get out, you're like, dinner's ready.
Yeah, Ian's got them neatly arranged in the bottom of the tub that his shower's in, and like he's like stepping around them as he's taking a shower.
like
Maybe a
when
little
people-
dehydrated, maybe a little drunk.
It's like when you put like beers in a canoe or something as a nice
Yes.
like party presentation, but it's just tamales in a bathtub.
Yeah. Nicely
Nice.
done.
Yeah. All right.
Love
Let's
it.
review our recipes. From Ben, we have Volcanion rings. Volcanion rings?
Well,
Whatever works better.
Yeah.
Cunion sounds weird. It sounds like
Yeah, I
Bunyan.
don't like that one.
not great.
From Evan, we have Volcanion Volcano, like at a Benihana. From Ian Davis, we have steamed Volcanion donuts. And from me, we have Volcanion tamales. So, Ben, who's the winner this weekend?
The winner this week on I Choose You is Ian Davis.
Hey.
I got a
Good
vote and
looking
Jeremy got
donuts.
a vote.
Nice.
Ian is the winner.
How's it feel, Ian?
I've awoken from my slumber.
Oh, I mean, I was going to say,
Stronger than before.
this-
I mean, that was the problem last week, actually.
Yes.
That's the only reason I didn't win last week.
yes. Well, I mean, when he was asleep during last week's recording, he absorbed all our powers
He
from
could have
that,
won
from
him to
that
sleep.
nap sesh and is exploding the mound now on us.
So I know maybe I should have saved or like asked this question when you were going through your recipe, and I know that we've already voted. I'm not trying to relitigate the vote, you know. But how did you use Volcanion in your donuts again?
It looks like one.
It's visually inspired, but I would also reckon that there is like a spot on that donut machine where you hook them up as the steam source.
That makes
okay.
sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Which, were you guys kind of wigged out that like, how many water Pokemon have to like fill up on water to use it? Because he does. Like when he runs out,
Do you
Run
think
on
you like
empty.
the Squirtle has to like go to like a lake to like fill up before it can start squirting again?
You know,
That's what I'm
it's true.
saying.
It did say something about like once it runs out of steam, like
it like
it needs to refill.
it's like
yeah.
a fucking coffee maker that like blinks at you when you need to add water to it.
I was gonna say, I think all of them just have that like little water meter thing that you can like look at. So you're like, oh nope, gotta refill my Pokemon.
Because I assume like Squirrel has like a gland or something that produces water.
Probably.
Pulls
yeah.
it from the atmosphere.
Still suits.
That's true. Well, it's like an Avatar where they can like get water from clouds to do their water bending. I bet Volcanion can go up to a cloud or whatever and do stuff.
In this situation, you're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, not
Yes.
Avatar: Way of the Water.
Not the blue people.
Yes. No, I'm certain that Tony the Tiger will show up in the next Avatar television
Yes.
series in some form.
And he fucks all of them.
No one is spared.
No,
Well, and if I remember right, Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong. The new Avatar: The Last Airbender movie is like in between
Yes.
Avatar. The
They're
Last
they're
Airbender, and
consenting
Korra.
adults now, so it can be your wildest fantasy fantasy.
So it'll just be a whole movie of them all having this like crazy summer with Tony the Tiger, and then in Korra they just never talk about it
Yes.
again.
yeah. That's when the
How
first
do you
episode-
how do you think in the Avatar world they have all these weird animal hybrids? Come on, people,
Think about it.
think about it.
Look closely. First scene of the first episode of Korra, she does pull an orange hair from her teeth. I can talk about it.
Damn it. Oh my God.
Woo-wee. Okay, well, let's see what the listeners have to say about our show.
Oh, Jesus.
Some listeners send in emails to ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ichewspod@gmail.com. Evan, can you read this email from Mike?
I can indeed. Mike says, howdy, partners. Let's get straight to it. Volcanion is the only fire water type Pokemon. It's a big steam engine cyclotron type of thing. Listen, I'm not a doctor, PhD in this case. Do you know what else is a big machine and fire/water type? A fire truck.
Yes.
But
True.
that's besides the point. Today, we're going to be making some gold old-fashioned down-home moonshine, just like my grandpappy used to make.
Oh, interesting.
Moonshine is sometimes referred to as fire water.
Nice.
So, So first, set up your Volcanion as one does when stilling moonshine. Add in moonshine ingredients, which I assume is some water, a type of starchy grain, something else to convert the starchy grains into almost pure alcohol. Some moonshine recipes yield upwards of 90% alcohol.
Nice. I totally want to drink that. That sounds great.
Yeah. When the moonshine is finished, I assume somewhere on Volcanion's body there is a spigot or a nozzle, or worse, to get the fire water out into the bottles or those fancy mason jars you see at the liquor store.
Or worse.
No,
Money's
or
on
worse. Not done yet, though, because drinking moonshine straight up is probably a bad idea. Let's make a moonshine cocktail. And boys, I'm still riding this fucking pie train hard. A moonshine apple pie cocktail. Moonshine apple pie is really is good stuff. Start off with your moonshine, get some apple cider, heat up water with sugar, and add cinnamon to make a cinnamon simple syrup for sweetness. Serve in a medium tall glass, then garnish with thin apple slices and a cinnamon sugar rim on the glass. No cheese allowed.
Oh, because we talked about
that cheese and apple
pie with
pie.
Oh, yep, nope. Warning: don't drink too much moonshine, or you will go blind. Apparently, that is true. Thanksgiving, Mike. P.S. Since it's Thanksgiving week, I'll be making my crumpkin for the fam again, and I'm ready to show my skills in the kitchen.
Nice. Crumpkin returns.
As someone who definitely has not made moonshine in someone's kitchen before, the trick is you have to, when the moonshine's coming out the pipe, you have to stop it. Like, you can't collect all of it. There's a certain point where you're like, yeah, this is probably gonna make me blind, and then you stop collecting it because it's too powerful.
Is it blind? Like the fumes will make you go blind?
No, like just drinking it will.
Oh yeah.
I can't explain that because I've never done it, but you have to you can't
gotta
too
stop.
greedy.
Yeah.
You know what I learned this year, interestingly enough, about moonshine is, and I think Mike made a joke /and/or reference in his email about it, but my great grandfather actually did make moonshine in Los Alamos.
Nice.
You know, in the olden days.
Classic.
To like support the war effort?
No, just good old fashioned
Okay.
bootlegging, like
Good
illegal selling of alcohol, that kind of stuff.
I don't know why, but whenever I think of moonshine, I think of that scene in the movie like My Dog Spike with Frankie Muniz, where he like goes to the graveyard and there's like these two grave robbers making moonshine, but he's trying to find his dog and they like kidnap his dog. Do you not remember that movie?
I've not seen this movie. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I need to send this to you.
Apparently, it
Hold on.
lives in your head rent free.
Oh yeah,
I guess.
Well, no, next I Choose You movie night.
Oh, it's My Dog Skip. That's the name
Okay.
of it. Yeah.
Dog Skip.
Frankie Muniz, one of his best works.
When my dad was
No,
in college,
Secret Agent Cody Banks. Okay, sorry, Ian. Go ahead.
when my dad was in college, him and his buddies would sneak into the chem lab at night and make moonshine with the
Damn.
chemistry equipment.
Hell yeah.
I just want to say, I looked up My Dog Skip, and the poster for this movie is, it's like a white background. It says My Dog Skip, and then it's Frankie Muniz and the dog, and they're in a bathroom, and Frankie Muniz like has his hands in his pockets and is like making a this kind of face, and they're staring at a giant toilet. Like the toilet is like 2/3 as tall as Frankie Muniz is in this situation.
Can I get a visual on this?
I'm trying. I'm working. Here we go. I got it for you.
We got visuals on Nunez.
Okay.
The voice of Tony
I'm
the
sending it in text, and I'll post it on our social media later. But this is the poster I'm talking about. Should be on your phones right now.
Check your devices.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That toilet is giant too.
I know, why
I
is
mean, maybe it's just relative to the dog, and the dog is small, but it looks. Maybe it's the text too. I don't know. That toilet just seems very large.
It's a weird poster, but I think there is a scene where he's like, I'm trying to like potty train my dog, and then he like takes it to the real bathroom and is like, this is where you go.
Why is that toilet packing? You know what I'm saying?
The bulge is incredible.
Yes. All right. That's
Oh, man.
that's the only email we got this week. But Ben, I've heard that Pokemaniac Chris has sent us a recipe through the Discord.
Yes, he has. Pokemaniac Chris sends us a recipe and says, to my knowledge, Volcanion has only ever been successfully cooked and eaten once in the history of Kalos, partly because it's so rare, partly because it's so difficult to cook, but mostly because Volcanion, quote, has enough power to blow away a mountain, unquote, and every chef who has ever attempted to reprise this feat has been summarily exploded. In ancient times, before the decline and collapse of the Colossian monarchy, it was every. I like to imagine that there was like a Pokemon French Revolution.
Yes. And like
bring out the guillotine.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was just like Scyther, and he was like chopping people's
heads
off.
Bring out the Pokemon.
Yes.
It was before the decline and collapse of the Colossian monarchy, it was every chef's greatest ambition to cook for the king himself. And when you cook for a king, only the most extravagant and outlandish dishes will do. Roasted Diggersby covered in gold foil, whole Gudra boiled in Florges wine, things of that nature. For an up-and-coming chef, a legendary Pokemon like Volcanion would be an ideal prize. The trouble is, no ordinary oven burns hot enough to actually cook a legendary fire Pokemon. There's only one way to do it. Immediately after killing Volcanion, while its fiery heart is still burning, begin to slowly drain the liquid coolants from its body so that it gradually roasts itself from the inside out.
Roasted.
Nice.
Go
Man,
too slowly.
if I watched any Pokemon roasting itself, I would be like, oh, it's my time to shine.
Go too slowly and there won't be enough residual heat left to finish the cooking process. Drain the fluids too quickly and you might allow a chain reaction to start, causing Volcanion's body to explode with the force of a small nuclear weapon. The Colossian royal kitchens figured all this out at extraordinary financial and human costs, losing 3 master chefs, losing 3 master chiefs, and hundreds of peasant hunters and laborers in the process. That was a little editorializing on my part.
Master Chef.
So wait, so did it say Master Chef or Master Chief first?
It said Master Chef, but
okay.
I wanted to spice it up a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Finally, a 4th master was able to complete the delicate cooking process and presented the dish to the king and his court. Whole roasted Volcanion, seasoned with garlic and herbs, stuffed with 3 whole Chespin, and drenched in a delicate saffron cream sauce. It is said to have been the finest dish any of the assembled courtiers had ever tasted. When the meal was over, the king ordered the master chef, executed so that no other king or court would ever enjoy such a scrumptious feast again. Supposedly, the chef met his fate willingly, as he had achieved the summit of his craft and knew that he would never cook another dish to equal it. But most modern historians are skeptical of this point. If you want to replicate this dish, do so in a remote location and very, very carefully. And if it looks like the fiery heart is beginning to burn out of control, move quickly to douse it with a Cubana Mojito LaCroix.
Oh shit! Can we get one of those?
Before? That sounds pretty good, actually.
Dear LaCroix Company, give me a Mojito LaCroix. That sounds great. Excellent.
Pretty good.
Thank you so much for writing in, Pokemaniac Chris. Now's the time of the show where we pick next week's Pokemon in a segment I like to call Pick-a-mon. Evan, can you give me a number between 650 and 721?
Yes, I can indeed. Next week will be 657.
657, I believe that'll be one of our starters. And it is Frogadier, which is the evolution of Froakie.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Frog time.
Not quite Greninja, which I'm gonna level with you. Greninja, one of the better starter evolutions. I just can't deny it. I've not played Scarlet and Violet yet, but I've seen the final stages of the evolutions, and they are very silly.
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Is Froakie a mix of like Croak and Freaky?
Oh shit.
Freaky Frog.
I think it's a mix of Frog and Froakie. I'm on the wrong page. I apologize. Hold on. I'm sorry. Stall. Frog and Cloak. There you go. All right. I think that covers everything. Are we good? Are we good? All right. I think that covers everything. So now is the time for plugs. Tell me where to find you on the internet. Ben.
You can follow me on Tumblr at Ben C. Montoya. You can try to follow me on Twitter too, but I probably won't see it. Yeah, follow me on Tumblr. I've been posting some writing. I've been posting some music. Been posting some long ass like posts about Welcome to Night Vale and listening to old episodes of that for the first time in a long time. So join me.
You're now a big Goncharov stan or whatever.
I love Goncharov, Gokugan, Digimon. I love all that shit. So come at me with your greatest Goncharov takes.
Let's go with Ian next. Ian, what you got?
You can follow me on Instagram at Ian Reynolds Photo. That's my photography business, IanReynoldsPhotography.com. Weddings, portraits, family, boudoir. I was recently published in a boudoir magazine. So hit me up. Join me on my quest to make money.
Maybe if you have some tasteful Tony the Tiger cosplays that you want to.
I'm not doing that.
If you want to role play the toilet from My Dog Skip, no.
Yeah, if you have a real hung toilet, let me know and I can photograph it. At Ian Reynolds Photo.
Nice. Evan.
You know what? Listen, listeners, I check the I Choose You email inbox every day, just hoping someone might write me a nice little email, but I have yet to receive one.
Wow.
So
listeners, you made Evan sad.
Yeah, listeners, tear, single tear.
It's getting bad. It's to the point where sometimes I make a fake email account and email them just to like make them feel just like a little better.
Just to get them today.
Don't tell them.
Don't tell me that. Anyway, yeah, you can email me or not at ichoosepod@gmail.com. At this point, what's the difference?
Oh, geez. No.
That's yep.
Jeremy.
You can I'm still on Twitter at Velocity Prime 1, but I'm also a little more active on Tumblr as well. Same name, both places. And I sometimes post. I like Goncharov as much as the next guy. I'm sure we're all big fans of Goncharov here, right? Some say it's the greatest mafia movie ever made. I think
I refuse to know. Jeremy, shut the fuck up. I refuse to know anything more about what the fuck Goncharov is. So I'll stop you right there.
Okay. We will cease discussion of said topic. But also check out the-avocado.org. The-avocado.org is home to all my online writings, thoughts on film, television, music, and video games. All that at the-avocado.org. All right. I think that's yes, Ben, you have a question?
I do. Well, not really a question, more of a comment.
Oh, thank God.
Well, I was just gonna I was gonna promote this later, but we've been talking so much about Tony the Tiger in a sexual context. I can't not plug another podcast that I've already plugged on this podcast before, but everyone should go listen to the pop punk musical podcast Who Killed Avril Lavigne, where there is in fact a main character named Big Titty Tony, which is Tony the Tiger with huge tits.
Big naturals.
So, big naturals, exactly. So
those mommy milkers.
If this was a titillating experience for you, go listen to Who Killed Avril Lavigne wherever you listen to podcasts.
Nice.
Excellent. All right, now I'll do the whole ending spiel. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, make sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, may I suggest following the social media pages I Choose You on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and TikTok. It's a good time. Send us recipes. Just, talk about various things. If you want to be a deeper part of the I Choose You community, like, say, joining the recently had I Choose You movie night, which I think went splendidly, head over to the I Choose You Discord. I Choose You Discord links are available in the episode description. Lastly, but not leastly, head over to the official I Choose You website. iChooseYou.menu has a full episode archive and merch store designed by Evan Aubrey. And Evan, I heard we just sold an apron this week. Is that true?
Apparently that's true. And I think that there's only one left after that.
Yes.
I could be wrong.
Whoa.
So if you have special someone this holiday season, and maybe like you've got to run in the airport to get to them before they fly away to their new job somewhere else in like Canada or something, and this one gift will make a big difference, you can run to them with the I Choose You apron, and that means you're bonded for life.
Wow.
A lot of
Yeah,
lore.
get it while it's hot, because I don't know if we'll have another a reprint. We'll see.
Yeah, that was a really cool merch item, but it's been years. Like I think it's been actual like a year and a half since we'd like launched it, and we've But I mean, it's cool. It's a cool thing to have. So definitely pick it up.
Yeah. All that on iChooseYou.menu. And for the show, I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
I've been your Savory Thomas, Ian Davis.
And I've been your Hubba Bubba, Evan Aubrey.
Nice.
To all the listeners out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
Yeah, I choose you. Yeah, I choose you.
Everybody wants to be a master. Chef. Everybody wants to show their skill. In the kitchen, everybody wants to cook that cluncher. Finian at the top of the grill. Each time you fry, gonna cook it just a little bit better. Each taste you try, boy, this frokie is nice and tender. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3.